The LA Clippers are my team to watch out for when we talking about playoff matchups, because I know what everybody's talking about with them last year, but that's last year. And sometimes it take a humbling like that. Sometimes it take a tragic event like that in the playoffs to really allow you to focus in, really allow you to get to a point where, you know what I'm saying, you really lock in and you focus in and you understand, like, this is what we got to do. And the LA Clippers had that last year with how they got knocked out by Denver in 7 games when they was up 3-1, and the whole Clippers curse thing, and them not making the Western Conference Finals like everybody thought that they was going to do against the Lakers, and having the Battle of LA and pretty much seeing, okay, who is the best team in LA, who's the best duo in LA. And this coming from a Laker fan, bro, I think we got lucky. I think we got lucky. Now, look, in order to win a championship, I don't care what nobody say. You gotta have a mix of talent, a mix of toughness, a mix of luck. You gotta have a lot of that shit. You gotta have everything mixed all in a pot and had the perfect ingredients for a championship team. And by all accounts, the Lakers just wanted it more. But you can't deny that the Clippers choked, and you know what I'm saying, Denver was never really a great matchup for the Lakers, especially defensively. You know what I'm saying, in terms of like the offensive firepower that we had last year. They, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't a great matchup. And the Clippers last year was the best matchup, the best possible matchup. We just didn't get it. This year, we might get it. And if we get it, whether it's in the first round, second round, the conference finals, you know, whatever, it really don't matter. This is the team that I'm worried about. This is the team that we avoided, whether you could say, yeah, you know what I'm saying, we got, or, you know what I'm saying, the Lakers got lucky that they avoided the Clippers. You know what I'm saying, we don't want to hear nothing about that. They didn't get the job done. But, you know what I'm saying, this is the team that I don't think we can avoid this year. You know, Denver hasn't really looked that impressive, although Nikola Jokic is really the only thing that's really been a bright spot for them this year. Portland is looking good. Damian Lillard is looking good, pushing them toward another great playoff run. But to me, Damian Lillard is what he is. He a great regular season player with not a lot of playoff success to really show for. And everybody talk about how, oh, it's because he in Portland. Well, if it really took him that long to get to a Western Conference final in 2019, and then he had 4 double-digit leads in all 4 games that they ended up losing. Mind you, Portland could have swept Golden State in 2019 because they had every game that they lost, they was up for double digits in the fourth quarter, and they lost all 4. So what easily could have been a sweep for Dame in Portland could have been ended up being a sweep by Golden State and Steph Curry with no KD. So that's just my thing. Like, I think Dame is making another great regular season push, getting Portland to, I guess, the top 4 seed, and that's all great and all, but at best they're first or second round out. At best they're first or second round out. That's what they are. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Denver isn't really any competition. Everybody talking about Utah and what Utah is doing. And I respect Utah. I think Donovan Mitchell can play. Rudy Gobert can play. Joe Ingles can play. You know, Mike Conley can play, obviously. They work together as a great collective unit. And that's what you need in order to build a championship team also. But they also don't have the talent level of 2 LA teams. They don't have, I don't believe, the offensive firepower needed, even with Donovan Mitchell, to play a team, say, like a Phoenix with Devin Booker. Play I don't really know. Maybe Memphis with John Morant if they can make another push. I don't really see them as like a real contender. They're a dark horse contender, but I don't really see them as like a top level team. Maybe they can make a Western Conference final push, but I don't really see it. I don't see anything different from them that I seen from last year, other than that they may be healthier. But even them at their best isn't better than, like I said, the two LA teams, maybe Denver, maybe Portland if they play them in a playoff series, maybe Phoenix, who got firepower with Ayton and Chris Paul and Devin Booker and dudes like that. I don't really see them as like a great team. But the Clippers is who I'm really scared of. That's the team that, like I said, in any round in a playoff series, whether AD is healthy or hurt, it really don't matter to me. This is a team that we cannot avoid. Eventually, we're going to have to see these dudes. And when we see them, we got to beat them. Like, it's no excuses this year. Ain't no, they go get knocked out in the semifinals. And this is a team that I think can make a conference final push, where they got to go through the Lakers in the conference finals or before the conference finals. If we see these dudes, we got to beat them. Like, that's just simple and plain. We got to beat them. That's the only thing that matters at this point. If we see Kawhi Leonard, if we see Paul George, we see Patrick Beverly, Serge Ibaka, Nicholas Batum, Ty Lue, whoever, anybody from that squad, we got to beat them. No more excuses now. I ain't worried about the Brooklyn Nets. If we play the Brooklyn Nets in the finals, hey, let it be what it's going to be, and leave it at that. Win or lose, but in order to get to the finals, you gotta be the best playoff team out of your respective conference. And like I said, until we meet these dudes and beat them, I can't really say that. Because like I said, I think last year was a fluke. Denver probably wanted it more. I think a lot of that had to do with the bubble and a lot of the expectations that the Clippers were under. But I think they getting past that now. They trying to fight their demons off and see what they really made of, especially with a coaching change, that they made with Ty Lue. And also something that a lot of people are not talking about, Chauncey Billups is on that staff as an assistant coach to Ty Lue. People don't understand how valuable something like that is. Chauncey Billups played the league for a lot of years. Chauncey Billups got relationships with these dudes on and off the court. You know what I'm saying? As a coach, a mentor, as an analyst, that, you know what I'm saying, he can get into the mind of a Paul George. He can get into the mind of a Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? He can help Ty Lue with some of the ins and outs that even he may not understand. Even as a championship coach and a dude that went to 4 finals and won the championship in 2016 with LeBron James and Kyrie and Kevin Love, he can help him with some of the subtle nuances that, you know what I'm saying, that he, you know what I'm saying, that he might need to battle back from after being, you know what I'm saying, out of coaching at least at a head spot in a year or two, you know what I'm saying? At least as the head guy, because remember he got fired in Cleveland and he was an assistant coach under Doc Rivers the same way he was in Boston. But he hadn't been a head guy. He hasn't been a head coach in about 1 or 2 years ever since he got fired from Cleveland. But I say all that to say this, man. Like, if we meet these dudes in the playoffs, you gotta knock them out. Like, if you don't, it's just gonna reaffirm everything that everybody said, that yo, the Lakers got lucky. Look, now they finished the job. They finished the job. But a lot of people can argue that you didn't obviously play the best team in the conference, or at least a team that, you know, at least a team that was on par with you in terms of star power and talent, that people thought you should have played in the conference finals, which was the Clippers. Now again, was it their fault that they made the conference finals? Yeah. But this year, you can't avoid these dudes. You gotta play them, you gotta see them, you gotta match up with them, and you gotta beat them. Point blank period.